Parents, what threat did you eliminate silently? When I was 32, my 6-year-old daughter Emma came home from playing at the park with this plastic bracelet. Pink and purple beads, looked homemade. She showed it off like it was the most beautiful thing in the world. Where'd you get it, sweetheart? I asked. Mr. Kinley gave it to me, she said, beaming. My stomach dropped. I'd never introduced her to our neighbor. Hell, I barely knew the guy myself. He was this quiet man, maybe mid-50s, lived next door for about 2 years. Always polite when we passed on the street, but something felt off about him. His windows stayed shut year-round. Curtains always drawn, even in summer when everyone else had their windows open. His yard was perfect, though. Not a blade of grass out of place. Made the rest of us look like slobs. Where did you talk to him? I tried to keep my voice calm. Behind the tennis courts at the park. He was really nice. He had more bracelets, too. Then she whispered, he said it was our little secret, and not to tell anyone. Every parent alarm bell in my head started screaming. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that bracelet, about him telling her to keep secrets. At around 2 a.m., I was standing by my bedroom window when I saw Kinley walk out his front door. He went to his car, popped the trunk, and started loading boxes inside. Several of them. No lights on in his house. He wore gloves. I watched him drive away and come back an hour later, empty-handed. The next morning, I called in sick to work. First time in 3 years. I walked to the park and found the tennis courts. Behind them was this wooded area where kids sometimes played hide and seek. I pushed through some bushes and found it. A wooden crate, maybe the size of a small cooler. Inside was a blue blanket, candy wrappers, some rope, and zip ties. My hands shook as I took pictures with my phone. This wasn't some innocent hiding spot. I didn't call the cops. Not yet. Because what if I was wrong? What if there was some explanation? I needed to be sure. Instead, I called my buddy Jorge from college. He worked private security now, had connections, knew how to handle things quietly. I showed him the pictures. We watch him, Jorge said. If he's what we think he is, we'll get proof. For a week, we took turns. Jorge had this van with tinted windows. We parked down the street and watched Kinley's house. Same routine every night. Lights out by 10 p.m. Then at 2 a.m., like clockwork, he'd come out with those boxes. On Thursday night, we followed him. He drove to 3 different dumpsters across town, threw stuff away, then came back, always wearing gloves. Friday night, I'd seen enough. I wrote a letter on my computer, printed it out, no signatures or names, just facts. We know about the crate behind the tennis courts. We have photos of you at 2 a.m. with the boxes. We know about the bracelet and the secret conversations with children. If you touch another child, this evidence goes to the police, the local news, and every house on this block. You're being watched. I slipped it in his mailbox Saturday morning while he was inside. By Sunday afternoon, there was a for sale sign in his yard. 2 weeks later, a moving truck showed up. I watched from my kitchen window as they loaded his stuff. He never looked at our house once. 3 days after that, the house was empty. Emma asked me once why Mr. Kinley moved away so fast. I told her some people just decide they want to live somewhere else. She shrugged and went back to playing